Hello friends, my name is Shivam from Devops Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
You can build the knowledge, archive the knowledge at the Splunk only. This is the knowledge. Different sort of data you can configure it here. Data, distributed environment, user and authentication. So you can create a roles, users, tokens, password management, authentication methods, and all. Here you can see the some server settings, server control. So all these things slowly, one by one, we will use it based upon the our need arises. But this is one. Now I want to show you one of the things which is called licensing. So do you see some licensing? Here it is. And I would like to check how many days we have got for this trial license, because licensing, which is something which will get me. One request, guys, to all of you, do not change any data, because the by mistake also, if you change that the trial license to non-trial license, that means you will lose that the license which you have granted. By the way, in Windows is damn slow. It's still the process installation is in process. I'm not sure about why it's slow, because my laptop has 16 GB RAM, so it should be speed up actually. But let it continue. I'll not waste time over there. And here I would like to show you the licensing. So let it get open up. So I think new version of Splunk is become more slower, I guess, because I remember I used in the month of June, and it was much faster than now. So from last 2-3 months, new release has come and got slower with a 4 GB RAM, by the way. So yes, look at this here. This is the trial license group. Now you can change this all this stuff. I'll explain you later. Do not touch anything here, but just I want to show you this information. So here, see here, when it's going to expire. So this is going to expire on 27th of November. That means I got almost 2 months. Yep. Now here licensed daily volumes that which will be indexed here is 500 MB. So every day the index will be 500 MB, and even though if you cross the beyond 500 MB, then you will not be able to store more than 500 MB. So that's a quota. Volume used today so far right now I have not used so much, and warning counts, so you can have a count some information about this. So yes, here we understood that okay, we got the license which is the trial license group, to use the trial license group. So this is a basically enterprise license, a standalone license server, acting like a standalone license server, and then I got a 60 days altogether. So guys, so far so clear, so good. Any questions, any doubts here?
No, Rajesh, nothing from my end.
Okay, so here in this setting you will find so many options, but actually not everything I'm talking now, so you get lost. One by one we'll come back to that. Now in the messages you find the messages from each others, and there's an administration setup where account setting, preferences, and logout. Let me tell you, this is something which we will have it when you log in as an administrator. So preferences and all, I'll talk about it. Account settings and logout, I'll talk account setting and preferences, I'll talk about it. Logout, I don't think so. There's a meaning of it. Okay, so everything is done. Now I would like to show you one more thing here, and that is how to create different rules and groups. So guys, what is happening here is very simple. The concept of authentication and authorization I'm telling you here. So first let's go to that part here called setting. an authentication method. Okay, so so any software nowadays comes along with this. These are the default setup. Okay, nothing great about it. So one is authentication method. That means authentication means how to get into tool. That's simple. And there's a one more called authorization setup. Okay, so there's one authorization. So author authorization, right? So here second thing is authorization method, and that is what you are allowed to do, that's called authorization, right? So when I look at this, when you want to set up authentication method for Splunk, typically you can select these options you see here. None. By the way, there's one internal. So internal authentication method, which you means that internal database is being used for this. Okay, that means user ID and password. And external, there's none. But you can connect with a SAML and LDAP also for authentication. If you want to enable the multi-factor authentication, then you can select the DO security, RSS security, and all stuff like that. I've not used these all this stuff. Probably you can try it out if you want really need those stuff. But LDAP, typically we do that. We all do that with LDAP. So when you select LDAP and then configure the LDAP and all stuff like that, you can do that. So that's the authentication method what you have. So here LDAP, SAML, and here OTP, I mean multi-factor, which is DO security and RSS security. Okay, so these are the authentication method which you can think of. Now authorization method, it's very simple. Let me take you to this place. Here we have a roles. Okay, we call it role-based access control. Typically authorization method, we have a role-based access control, RBAC. Okay, we call it RBAC in short. So in RBAC, what we do have actually we have a different kind of access, like a read access, edit access, delete access, this access, that access. So we have a different kind of access, and using that access we create a role. Okay, and then we create a user that adds that user to the role, so that way this user get all this access. This is called role based access control. Many tools you'll find this one only. So I'm sure about it, you're comfortable with it, right? Any questions guys on this uh, authorization method, guys? So here you can see you can create a new role. Actually, for example, let's say you can create a dev role, and what access you want to give. So here you have to select that. If you want to inherit that access from some existing role, you can do that. But capabilities, what kind of capabilities you want to give it to this? So see here, admin capabilities, can delete, and so many. Again, each and everything you have a certain things, right? Get, list, edit, delete, and different components you have it, right? So you can do all these things. You can also select this particular role should be having access to the particular indices. Remember, indices is the place where the data is being stored with. So that's the thing. And you can set up the restrictions here, which are the apps and all, and resources. Yeah, so these are the resources will be limited to. So again, yeah, you can create it, but not needed, because we have a admin already created, can delete already created, power already created, and user and Splunk system role already created. So if you see that here, power has a 7 capabilities, and whereas he's inheriting the capabilities 23. So this is a typically used by the, you say, managers or dev, QA, something like that. Can delete, you should avoid giving access, because that's where you can delete the records also and everything. So guys, these are roles. So now if I go to the back to users, I can create a users here. So I can create a user that is, let's say, one user, which is called, see, I have an admin right now. I'm creating one user. and this is Rajesh. And here Rajesh at date of Devops school.com, Rajesh 123, Rajesh 123, and these are the things which you can select. What roles you want to allow? So power. I selected power role. Now create a role for this user. You want to create it, or you want to require password at change? Not interested. And which time zone, which is the default app for you? So you can make it this as a launcher, home, search, instrumentation, all these things you can select all these app, and finally save it. So now guys, I created one more user, Rajesh, and which has a power access, power user. You want to check that what and all you have got the access with the power roles, you can select that roles and you can see that also. So if you go here, click on the roles, and power role, and I can select that what access capabilities it has it. So if I see here, it has so many capabilities. Still loading actually. So see here, whichever you find check, these are inherited one. So it got, and here these are manually added to this. So yes, you can see that and then decide accordingly. So guys, any questions on this authentications and authorizations of Splunk? Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, so guys, I created one user, by the way. I will use Rajesh and Rajesh 123. And if I want to log in, I'll just go open up a new cognito mode, enter the URL, and Rajesh is loading the website. Okay, just wait for a few seconds. And here it is. And here I use Rajesh and username and password Rajesh123. And here it is. I got this access. Okay, now this is the main app which I'm going to spend time with it. But again, whatever the access you see here, you got the access. Power user got, power role has got access to all the knowledge base plus tokens plus reports, acceleration summaries, and all this stuff. So you can check this out. And here it is. Understood that this guys? Okay, so by the way, my Windows installation is not completed. I'm surprised by the way. It's taking so much of time. Let it complete. I have no hurry. Let it complete. But anyways, after that, once it get completed, we'll get to something similar page. Now, guys, you see here, there's one more options. If I go to the my admin option, admin access, you find here token. What is a token is used for? So token you can use for the command line and APIs call actually. So yes, you can enable the token. Here it says click enable token authentication to enable the token. So that way user ID and password is not needed. So you have to use the token. So you have to create a token. So I'm creating a new token for my admin access audience. You can, and when it should be expired and all this thing, and generate a token. So here I see audience and generate a token. So guys, this token you are useful for anyone who wants to do the API or a command line. Let me tell you, this token is very powerful because this is the token of admin, so he can do everything. So be mindful about it before using the token. And like, so yes, I did discussed about some of the things, which includes how to install uh, Splunk, how to start Splunk, how to access Splunk, how to uh, authorize authenticate Splunk. I did through this one, which is the default by the way, and then how to get it authorization in Splunk, and then finally token. Here it is. So now you can access this in Windows also. So nothing great, is the same UI, whatever. After that installation, you have to just start using it. Make sense, guys? Any questions? Okay, so now what we're going to do that we're going to spend time understanding the most important part of um, our things, which is called search and reporting. This is the most important place where we all are going to work, search and reporting. So look at this one. There's some tour button. So if you want to get a tour, you can do that. Continue. You should do that actually. I'm skipping right now. Here it is. This is the application, one of the application which Splunk has given it to you to do the search. Okay, so search box and everything, everything. Search, analytics, data sets, reports, alerts, and dashboard, and all this stuff like that. Make sense, guys?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now, guys, let me introduce you this part also. So, so this is a welcome thing. So once you start running a Splunk, you'll have to log in into that admin and password. Now, that's a place where you get the search and reporting. So the search and reporting apps let you search your data, create a data models and pivots. Actually, these are the work which you're going to do as part of day-to-day activities. Search your data, create data models and pivots. Save your searches, pivot as a reports, configure alerts, create a dashboard. The app is provided by default. So everywhere, everything, whatever we are supposed to do, you're going to do this at this place. This is the one of the app. Okay. Now, this would be taking to the app gallery, which I have shown you, where you can browse many apps from a Splunk base and you can install it. Now, if you want to have some sort of tour and all, you can do that. But here, uh, you can create a tour, you can search the tour, dashboard tour and all this. You can learn about these different features at the product tour. This is where you can upload, monitor and forward. Again, I'm repeating, upload, monitor and forward. And someone has asked me a question, how can I monitor my devices? So monitor. How can I forward the data from the different devices to the Splunk server forward? And by the way, we can upload some dummy data as well. To begin with, we will upload some dummy data. We'll learn some of the functionality of Splunk, and then we will create a forwarder and all stuff like that, monitoring. Now, Splunk apps. This should be taking to the apps gallery, which we have discussed, so I'll just skip it, and documents and tutorial. Now, administrator, we have shown you, and logged in user account, setting preferences, and SPL editor. Understand that. Account setting, preferences, SPL editor. That three is important. Now, under the messages, you get settings, activities, and so on. Now, if you go to the search box, you try to understand that they have a three search mode. Okay, fast search, smart search, and verbose mode. So fast search, if you read it very carefully, it states field discovery off. Now the question is, what is field discovery? We need to understand. Off for event searches, and a no event or field data is stats for stat searches. That's a called fast mode. Now if you go to search mode, field discovery on for the event searches, a no event or field data for the stat searches. And next one is the verbose mode, all events and field data which you can see it. So what are the difference? You can uh, experience it through one place, which is here. See here, this is where you search. And if you look at this my screen very carefully, here smart mode, look at this, fast search, smart search, a smart mode, fast mode, and verbose mode. So here you have a differences. During the search, we'll see the differences. Right now, it just become comfortable. These are the mode of searches. Again, I repeat, these are the mode of searches which we have. Now, now here you see field discovery. When you say field discovery, during the field discovery, Splunk detects key is equal to value pairs. Yes, during the field discovery, Splunk detects key is equal to value pairs such as error is a field and value is a field. Label is a field, critical is a value like this. So the during the search, Splunk detects the in form of keys and value. Here, the first 50 keys is equal to value are paired on the field browser on the left side. First 50 keys and values are paired on the are displayed in the list browser. So that will be, I'll show you that when I upload the data. Now, how this field instructions take place? So, Ansible has a very strong algorithm, and based on that, any data you feed into the Splunk, they will try to extract the field depends on the certain inbuilt algorithm, inbuilt the we call it the field separator using the delimiter. So they will, by the way, you can, if you want to have some custom rules to create a field and you have your own delimiters, you can create using regular expression also. So okay, so you can do that also, very well possible. Now these are the ways to extract the field extraction. Now where do you see here? So right now you will see right now here, right now there is no data, so we will just wait for it and then we'll show you that data. So field extraction is possible. So let's do one thing. Let me upload some dummy data so that discussion on the slides and the real time will be more familiar. So what I'm going to do, click on this first icon, and that's where I'm going to get the options to upload the data. Some of data, dummy data, I'm uploading it. Now this data you will get it. I'll show you the link for it. So you will get it. That's not a problem. So here, let me load the dummy data. Okay, so now add data. I click on this add data. I'll give you the lab. Just first let me complete the demo. Okay, now here you see upload. You can upload the data, and it's a continue to tour. I'm just skipping it. Okay, so if you want to monitor directly something, so cloud compute monitoring, networking monitoring, operating system, and security. I'm not doing this any of this here. Or get data in the following method. Here you can upload. You can monitor the files HTTP, WMI, TCP, UDP script, and many more external data sources. Or you can install the forwarder also for the files TCP and script. Right now, manually, I'm uploading the data, the CSV format. So here, upload. I have some sample data which I'm going to show you. So for that, I'll show you the location for it. Okay, so here I have some sample data, and one of the data which I'm going to use for this demo is this one. Okay, so these are some sample data. I'm going to use it. Okay, now if you see here, what is this data for? So this is the Linux operating system data, dummy data. This is the Apache access log. Okay, and this is the database audit log. So three data we have. So right now it's an old data actually, so I'm going to use it. So here if I see, here it says select source, so I'm going to select source right now, and the data which is here at this location. Okay, now I am going to select the data location, locate the file which is access http access file for 30 days. Okay, now see here selected file. So this is the source. Now the if you want to know what is the source, this is the source selected file. Okay, now this is being uploaded, and remember the size is 500 MB. So right now it's a trial version, so trial version maximum you can upload 500 MB. So here this is the one, click next, and per day, it's a per day. Okay, now see here, look at it very carefully, how many datas you have here. So you have so many. See, this is the time format, and then this is the raw data. So I'll come back on this, but if you look at this here, this is a source, the file name will become a source. Now if you see that source type automatically has been selected here. What do you see? Access combined W cookies. Now this is the source type which automatically has taken. So now you see that here there's so many source type has been found by the Splunk. I mean, they have added so many types. So here, let's say applications Catalina log automatically will detect, log4j automatically will detect, log4j net XML, log4j PHP. So these are the data source actually type. So if you try to upload those data, automatically those patterns will be detected by the tool itself, and they will decide the type. Okay, so here you see I have pushed the data which is application, what is that, access combined cookies. So it should be, I'm just checking operating system. No, structured data, it should be a structured data CSV format, and that's the thing from where it has taken. I'm just looking for that, where is this access combined W cookies. So I'm just trying to locate. Should be here somewhere. Okay, so by default that has detected. Now if you want to change this, you can definitely change it, but right now I know that that's the right type. Okay, you want to create a new type, you can do that also. And here you see regular expression and all, you can see timestamp, all this thing, you can extract the data basically, but right now I'm not doing it. So this is the step number 2. Select the source and set a type. I did it. Now input setting. So let's do the input setting next. So this data should be having some host specification. So now the host, what you can get it, host values and all, automatically this has been detected. I did not say anything. So what is this? Basically, this is my IP address of machine where my Splunk is running. So you feel like this host is not correct host. You can specify the host name yourself also. But remember, I'm adding the data manual way. If you are adding the data in the monitoring way, monitoring the live data or through forwarder, this host file will be having the different host file as per the things. And here the index. So by default you go to the default index. Okay, that's a main. Okay, default index is main right now, I'll talk about it later. But now you want to create a new index, you can create a new index. Right now I'm not creating it, I'll just go with the default, and I would like to review. So see here, input type uploaded file, file name, this is a source, this is a source type, host, and index default. This is the default index which was created by Splunk, and submit.
To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 399 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Done. So this is a manual way we did it, uploaded the file so we can learn the functionality of it. So after that, we'll set up a forwarder also. So those forwarder will send the data automatically to this. So now what you want to do, you want to start searching, or if you want to create your own field, if it is a non-structured data, so extract field, you can add more data, download application and build dashboard. So these are the things we have to do that. So right now start searching. So now you have some sample data, so you can visualize this here. And I think the PPT is now, when we talk about all the features of dashboard, you will correlate that. Now you see here all these things, you can see that how many number of lines we got it. Look at the number of lines of event to the file which I have uploaded it, 1,31,645. So that many number of lines we have got it. So now back to the slides. So yep, so let's get started. So yes, so you can extract the field now from the data and create a new field. So you have your own delimiter in which you can distinguish between the data. So you can create a own field. So how can you create a own field? So let me show you here. Go here, and do you see extract new field? Yes, you could have, you can do this one later on also, and you can do now itself. And you see these are the fields automatically got extracted. Why? Because this was a structured data which I had pushed in. So structured data which was understood by Splunk. Now on non-structured data which is not understood by Splunk, so in that case you have to create a new field and regular expression and stuff like that. You can do that. We'll do that all this stuff slowly, one by one, not now, but I'm just making you comfortable. You can do that if you want. See here, there's a way to create extract the field. Select sample, select a method, select a field, save, next, move on. So yep, we'll do that, not now, later on the time. So now, how can you create a extract? How can you extract the field? So there's a two ways: regular expression and delimiters. Both you can study. Regular expression is a global expression language that actually you will get through that if you know that. And delimiters now normally we use in the Excel, CSVs, cut command of line, Excel, many places we have used a delimiter. Okay, so yes, you get a search and reporting apps which you can access it here also. So if you go up, okay, see here. So you can access here also, manager, find more apps, everything you can do that. Now next one is we need to understand this. So right now, look at this here, you have a search bar, the arrow, and on that global stats you get it. So when you click on the search, let me click on the search first. I click on the search one more time. See here, this is the view. So how many events got indexed, and how much data you have, 2 years of data, and which is the latest event which you got. Latest event I got it 2 years. This is a pretty old data, but it's good for to get started. Okay, and like that. So now let's become comfortable with this UI. So see here, so there's some global stats, time range picker. You see that that's by default is 24 hours. If you want to change it, you can change it. And then when you are sure about it, you want to start searching, you can start searching. Bottom section, if you see that there is one search history where whatever you search will be stored over there. Yeah, so if you forgot that query is the one which you have written, and so rather than going and hitting from your notes, you can see that what you search, and then you can change that and move on that. Okay, so this is the app navigation bar. Here is on top you see search tab, data sets, reports, alerts, and dashboards. Some of these are predefined. So the data sets you will not understand maybe. So I'll explain it to you later on. Okay, so now you see here. Are you comfortable with this UI? The one which I'm showing you right now here. Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, so see here there is a timeline. You can select and hell lot of things we have here and like that. Okay, so now the question is what next? So let's move on. Now we'll have to understand the left side. So once you search something, okay, so you'll have a data summary. If you click on the data summary, you will see the data summary by a host, by source, and by source type to that particular index. Again, I repeat, to that particular index. Okay, so here I click on the data summary here. Okay, and I got this. I have how many number of hosts I am having a log is indexed with one host. How many source? One. How many source type? One. So you may have in real time multiple also. Okay, so this is something which you need to understand. So host is unique identifier of where the events originated. Yes. Source is the name of the file, stream, or other input, and source type is a specific data types or data format. Okay, so these are the three things which you have to look at it when you do the lab. Now guys, let's understand this some of the things. See here very carefully. Where do you write a search? You know that very well, but what do you want to search? So basically learning the searching is the major part in Splunk. How to search, and once you search the right thing, how to convert dashboard reports or something like that. That's a major thing here. So whatever you want to search, okay, let's say error or fail. So you can search here error or fail or whatever it is. So let's say I'm searching here. I want to search in this field. Okay, I want to search. Let's say I'm searching Rajesh, and here, see here, I search Rajesh string in my database, and events were 0. But interesting thing is, why it showed me 0? Could be two reasons for it. One, this keyword is not there in the whole index, or the timeline which you have not selected. And remember, I have got the data, last data which I've got it to my index is 2 years old actually. So here I have to select all time. Typically you should, if you select the all time, you will make a lots of mistake, because here it will consume lots of CPU and RAM. So if you have a large amount of data, you will have a very bad time. So you should not avoid that. You should avoid that, rather than you should play with all this relative search. But right now, just because of a small database, all time is okay. So now here you see there is no Rajesh. So I'm searching on the all database. But can I search error? Okay, there is no error, spelling mistake. And here you see how many errors you got. So out of 1,31,000 records, we have 1,766 we have errors. So you see that here, those are the kind of errors which you got it. So now let's try to understand the UI through slides. So here you see anything you search, you get the results, and that results will be in the form of field and their values. Field and their values. Okay. Now I have already uploaded the sample data, so I'm going to skip this part. So this I've done it. This I've done it. This I've done it. This I've done it, and done. This is also I've explained it to you. Source type, input setting I have explained it to you. Done. Submit. So now let's understand next of it. So here if you see one timestamp, okay. So can I show you first here? Look at this. See this here, time. So one field. Now about this field we are going to discuss. Okay. So the timestamp field, it's a default field that represent time information in an event. Most event contains timestamp. So any data which is generated by the system which contain the timestamp, and in cases where an event does not have timestamp, does not contain the timestamp information, Splunk Enterprise attempt to assign a timestamp value to the event at a index time. Okay, so this is the things which is happening. So yes, most of the event you will have a timestamp. If the timestamp field is not available, so Splunk will add during the index time. Make sense, guys?
Yes,
Guys,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I'm getting some background noise from someone. I don't know. Let me check. Uh, Starting with a P, coming from. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Okay, so here, this is the timestamp. Now let's move on. This is the field which represent the timestamp which I showed you. Now, what are the internal indexer? So there are few index which is available for the management of the Splunk application indexing itself. Yeah. So yes, Splunk also uses same technology to store the log for the Splunk, what we are trying to do. Okay. So they use most of the time three index named with the audit, internal, and introspection. Okay. So only available for searching by admin users by default. So by default, you will find these indexes. If you really want to, search, only admin can do that. That means access for this index is accessible to only administrator. How can I do that? So first let me show you this indexes where it is available. So for that, what I have to do is I have to go to setting, and there is one button. Do you see here indexes? Click on it, and here you see those indexes which I showed you is available. So it's still loading, so let it come. See here, this is the one: audit, internal, and introspection. So these three indexes have right now 2 MB data, 6 MB, and 8 MB. And you see the event count also somewhere 8,140 or something, and accordingly. Here there's some certain other indexes are also there, is for the different purpose, whereas our data is being stored here. Main. Okay, the one which I uploaded is getting stored in the main. And here telemetry data and metrics and events are all there. So we'll talk about all this thing anatomy later, but this is where you can see that. So now what about you want to search, let's say audit, index audit, how many records you have. So I click on it here and click on the search and reporting, and anything which you want to read from them, just select that index, let it come. I've already clicked on it, it's still loading. Okay, so here I'll select index is equal to audit and enter, and see here last 24 hours we got how many event? 8,531 events you got, and this is the time field which got added, and rest of the information you have it. Okay, so yes, this is all about the some of the internal index where Splunk application itself, the data of the application is being stored. Okay, so did you understand this internal index file? Any question? Any questions, guys?
Can you please tell me what's the exactly what's the use of it?
See, use when I say you, there's issues in the application Splunk. See, Splunk itself is one application, correct? So Splunk application data is getting stored where? So they are monitoring. Splunk is monitoring themselves also. So they are monitoring where? They are storing indexing where? So these are the three index where the application internal, means Splunk internal data is being stored. And that is what I was talking about. How can you see the number of index? How can you see the number of events stored, and how can we start searching for the particular index? Make sense?
Yeah, okay.
So this is the one which I was talking about. So now guys, yep, let's move on. So here Splunk log information about itself, the one which I explained it to you. So in this three index, you will find the performance and system data for Splunk, scheduler and activity of Splunk, some of the system in errors if you have, users activity and alerts and stuff like that. Okay, in detail you have this here. So in the audit you will have a user login failures, users modifying a setting or running the searches, all these things. So yes, a Splunk enterprise administrator can create a new indexes, edit index properties, remove unwanted indexes, and relocate existing indexes if they want it. So all these features what a Splunk enterprise administrator can do. Splunk enterprise administrator manages indexes through Splunk web, the one which I used it, or you can use a CLI, or you can use a configuration file such as indexes.conf. Okay, now indexes.conf which I'll talk about later, but web UI which are experiencing now, and this is the web, using that you can access it. Okay, so let's move on. Internal basically is for the store the Splunk enterprise internal logs and processing addresses, as a failed login and stuff like that. So if you really want to know how many people have failed in terms of Splunk, how many people have given the try to log in with the wrong password, you can do that using this one. So let me run this query here. So right now I'm trying to run on the audit which has a user things. So space, okay, and all data which I'm saying, and see how many failures we have in this. Action is a field name, value should be log starting with anything, info is a field name, fail is a value starting with anything. So how many we have? And unfortunately we have nothing, correct? We have nothing. You see that there's no records. But can I do one thing? Can I do the some failed login? So here I just open up with a new console and log out. Rajesh log out, and here I'm trying to do the failed login. So Rajesh, wrong password 1 2 3. Now 3 times I did the wrong password. Let me check now. See here, you got a 3. So did you see that's almost real time actually? So if you have a data in the index, you can search almost real time. Did you understand this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this, what you want to search, you have to decide. I'm just helping you to understand the Splunk. Okay, so let's move on to the slides. So almost everything is done. So any questions so far, guys? Any questions?
No.
Okay, so before going to the next topic, in which I'm going to deep dive into the dashboard, because there's a very search app, that's a very important one. Before we get it deep dive into the things, I would like to give you some labs. So let me stop the recordings.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay.
Yeah, yes,
So
sir.
yeah. So guys, now I'm going to cover the basic Splunking techniques, okay, which we should know. So out of which, let's get started. So here, as part of these sessions, we're going to talk about search terms, commands, functions, argument, and clause. So guys, look at it. We have to start doing the search. So look at it very carefully. Here, the source type which we are searching is anything we start with access and start. That's a regular expression which you have used it. Now that is called search for this. That means searching in that particular source type, and you're searching one field which is called status is equal to 503. Okay, so that is something which you are trying to search. Now if you want to you know filter it out, this is called filtering out. But how can you filter it out? Like you might have a hundred and thousands of records, so how do you filter it out? And that is we do that through pipe command. Now this is something similar we do in the Linux command also. We have used the pipe multiple times. So here you see the pipe and the one which is command which is called stats. So that we call it a command. So every time when you use a pipe, you have to use the command and then followed by a function. You, if it is needed, function is not compulsory. So if it is needed, you have to use function. So here sum is equal to functions like that. In a Splunk, there are so many functions which you have, and I'll take you to the list of those functions. Now here price is called argument to the function called sum. Okay, whereas as is a clause which is we've been used as a, like, okay, call that sum as the lost revenue. That means basically you want to see the stats is a one of the command, and stats of sum of the price, and call that field as a lost revenue. That's something we do that. And top of that, again, you do some calculations. Here you see again you use a pipe and then again command, and then you are manipulating something like a lost revenue is equal to, you have to add some dollar sign. So here they are adding the dollar sign, and then to string they're converting and separated by comma. So again you see the pattern here: command, search terms, command, pipe, command, function, clause, argument, and clause. And this is the pattern we have to use across this searching in the Splunk. Okay, look at this. Now what is been doing here is that first it gave you the some searches. So here you got the some search results. Source type is equal to Linux star, and field and password. So any record which is in the source type called Linux star, if you have a content which is a keyword field and password, then give me that results. Now on top of the results, you are trying to run one more command which is called top and user. So top is one of the command, and on top of the previous output you run this command top user. Same time fields and hyphen percentage which you are running, which is on the top of the result of the top user. So that is how the pipe works. So here you got the results intermediate results, then intermediate result tables, and final result tables. So that is how you can filter it out your desired results. Are you able to understand this search key method? How can you search and stuff like that? Are you able to understand? Hello? Hello? Hello guys, can you hear me?
Yes, Rajesh, they are able to hear.
Yeah, okay. So look at this here, guys. This is how you get it. Let's say first results you get it, which is like source type is a syslog, and any records which events which has an error keyword, list out that one. And top of that you want to count it as per the user. That means how many users, how many counts you got it error, and you see count and percentage. On top of that you remove the percentage. So you see here, first you top by user, you did it, and so user one has got 22 errors, and which is a 22% of the total error results which you got it. But now what you are doing here is fields space hyphen percent. That means you are removing the percent, that's a field which comes along with the top, and finally you are displaying final result, which is called the number of users and how many errors which you have recorded for the each user. So that way. Okay, so this is the way you have to search. Now, so in short, what we say, so this is powered by SPL, Splunk. Okay, so processing language, SPL, we call it SPL. So Splunk search language examples are here. You first you have to write a search terms, and after that command, then function, argument, and clause, and followed by again pipe, again command, function, argument, and clause, and you keep filtering out till you get the desired results. So this is the thing. So again, very simple rule, guys. In order to learn the SPL, search process, Splunk processing language, search term, pipe, command, function, argument, clause, pipe, command, function, argument, and clause. That's how it is. Okay, so here search limitation, yes, so this is the limitation, search command, terms, and then command function, and separated by pipe, and that is how it's been filtered. Okay, again look at the one more example here. What you are doing here, look at it very carefully. You are searching in the index which is called web, and the type of the source type which is only starting with access underscore star, and status is equal to 503. 503 is a field, status is a field, and value is 503. So you want to search all the records which you have in the web, which is with the type with access and the status 503. On top of that, you want to sum up some prices as lost revenue, and then again on top of that, the results of the second pipe. Eval is a command, lost revenue onto evaluate. So I have explained it this one already. Let's move on. So yes, searches are made up of 5 basics components. One is like a first one is search terms, keyword, phrases, booleans, you can have it here, and then followed by commands. So there are so many, more than 100 commands which we have provided by Splunk, which we use it, and function also may have more than 100. Arguments and clause depends on what you need it. So this is the one. Now look at this here, and this is something which is called Boolean operators. Okay, so here we are using some Boolean operator or and or.
Please enroll our general membership for $3.99 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.